Let's go, guys. Let's get it. Happy Tuesday, guys. Happy Tuesday. It's your boy, Crazy Faith the God. Getting ready to drop some quick value today. I'm gonna dive into it quick. So today's topic is gonna be the power of mistakes, right? The power of mistakes. So I know that in life, right? We all make mistakes, right? It's not one of us here that hasn't made a mistake. Because if we didn't make mistakes, that means we will be perfect, right? All right. So, the power of mistakes, so when we make mistakes, it's always good. Like, are you guys learning from your mistakes? It's always good to learn from mistakes, but are you guys actually learning from your mistakes? Are you actually seeing where you went wrong and making the adjustment to not make the same mistake again, right? When we continue to make the same mistake over and over again and not learn anything from it, that's insanity. Like we go in a cycle. That's a cycle that's just going around and around. You're never getting anywhere, but you're just going in a circle, circle, right? But when you decide to examine the mistake and make the proper adjustments towards that mistake and get yourself out of that loophole of making the same mistakes, you begin to walk that straight line, right? You begin to walk the straight line, right? And we gotta be aware. We gotta be aware of our mistakes and what it's doing to us, right? We gotta be aware of our mistakes and how it makes us weak and how it sets us back and how it delays the process, right? We gotta be aware of our mistakes, right? Um, what helped me to just be aware of my mistakes is like when I do fall, okay, let's journal. Let's see where I could come up a little bit higher in, or what can I do to stop this mistake from happening, right? How can I stop this mistake from happening and from committing the same mistake over and over and over again, right? Because at the end of the day, I want to fix myself. I want to see growth. So I got to be intentional about it. And I got to be able to make the necessary changes that I need to in order to see my transformation, in order to see my growth. If I don't do that, then what happens? I go on a loophole, right? If you don't learn from your mistakes, it's like a loophole like this. Boom, 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 boom. Around and around. And before you know it, years go by, months goes by, days go by, right? Hours goes by, right? And you're doing this circle. And then you look 5, 10 years later, you're still in that same circle. Why? Because we didn't learn from our mistakes. And that was me. I was going in circles until I said, you know what? If I don't put an end to this mistake, this is what's going to be happening. Circle. It's like going around in the wilderness, wandering for 40 years and not making it to your promised land. It's just like that. Circle, right? So we can't be wandering. We can't be allowing ourselves to make the same mistakes and not seeing the growth that we need to see, right? We got to be able to shine. We got to be able to shine bright. We got to be able to make that adjustment. We got to be able to pivot and learn from our mistakes and adjust, right? The ability to adjust quick and to transform into the person that God needs you to be so you could be effective, so you can stand where you're going, right? If you're not able to fix the mistakes, how are you going to stand for where you're going, right? You're never going to even make it there because you're in a loophole, in a circle. So this is the power of mistakes, right? Don't take it lightly. Mistakes happens, right? Don't beat yourself up about it. Mistakes do happen, but what are we gonna do to not let this mistake happen again, right? What are we gonna do to not let this mistake happen again? We gotta check ourselves. We gotta hold ourselves accountable, because if not, we make the same mistakes again. We waste time and we go around in a circle, and then 40 years down the line, we at the same place, right? Don't be that person to wander in the wilderness for 40 years. Don't be that person. Make the adjustment and move forward with your life. Make the adjustment and move forward with the transformation to get where you need to be. Learn from your mistakes and let it fuel you. Let the mistakes fuel you. Let it work for your advantage, right? Let it work for your advantage, right? Letting your mind work for you. I think that's gonna be my next topic. Letting my mind work, letting your mind work for you, right? You gotta let your mind work for you, but that's for another day. Um, but as far as the mistakes, that's a big one. If you guys could correct the mistakes, think about it. Think about what's on the other side of you correcting that mistake, and how much more fulfillment there is gonna be on that other side of fixing that mistake. Right? We gotta fix it, because if we don't fix it, who's gonna fix it for us? If we don't fix our mistakes, who's gonna fix it for us? Right? This is the power of mistakes. Trust me. Even me, I have, you know, been through situations where I made mistakes and I had to pivot. Like, I got a crazy faith. What's going on? We got to come up high in this. God is watching you. We got to come up higher, because it's going to be consequences. It's going to be consequences. You better check this right now. And that's God just telling you, like, yo, we got to come up higher. We got big things we got to do. We got to switch up some things. You know, we got to put certain things priority first, make the adjustment, and to keep going forward. We got to make the adjustment to see the change that we want. Because if we don't make the adjustment, it's going to be the same situation, the same problems, and it's going to be that same cycle over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Right? So I just asked you guys to see where it is that you're making this a mistake, and see how you can come up higher. How you can be 1% better. This is the question that you should be asking yourself every single day. How can you become 1% better each and every single day? How can you become better? Because if we're not becoming 1% better each and every day, then that means we're stagnating. We're just staying. We're just stagnation. There's no growth in stagnation, right? We got to be growing each and every single day to evolve, right? So that's my topic for today. I hope you guys took so much value from this. I hope this helped someone, and able to learn from your mistakes and not take mistakes lightly, but learn from them, and don't beat yourself up. We all gonna make mistakes. Don't beat yourself up. All right, and it's all about just making that adjustment. Hey, we made a mistake. We're not perfect. What can I do to fix this problem? Have a different attitude, have a different perspective about it, and that's going to allow you to make the change that you want to see. Right? That's going to allow you to make the change that you want to see. It's all about how you talk to yourself, right? Don't beat yourself up. Don't cast out the emotions. Get rid of them, because the emotions is not going to help you fix your mistake. Your emotions is not going to help you fix your mistake. You have to let God fix your mistakes. You have to journal your mistakes and see where you went wrong. See how you can do things a little bit different. Sometimes it just takes a separation from the world, going within in your mind, you pen and a pad, and with God, figure things out. He will talk to you. He will give you the wisdom in order to push through, right? But it starts with you. It starts with you, and you turn into God, and seeing how you guys can get through this. Remember, we're nothing without God. That's another topic for another day. But yeah, we're nothing without God, right? And we got to put God first in order to get to the other side, and we got to listen to God's voice to get to the other side, right? So with that being said, it's your boy Christy Faith of God on the way out. Let's grow 1% better. Let's get it.